Jet Set Radio!
Alright, Jet Set Radio, let's do it. This one.
Somewhere in Asia, there's a city that cannot be found on any map called Tokyo-to, but everyone just calls it Tokyo. The two hottest things in the streets of Tokyo-to are the punks wearing magnetically driven inline skates powered by newly developed Metrium batteries and Jet Set Radio, a pirate radio station manned by the DJ Professor K that plays nothing but non-stop hardcore music. Those street punks have been named Rudies by the people of Tokyo-to. They roam the streets and cover the city with their personal graffiti, claiming that it is their way of expressing themselves to the world. However, ever since the metropolitan government and the financial conglomerate, the Rokuku Group, combined their efforts to co-found the 21st Century Project, the streets of Tokyo-to have never been the same again. Police crackdowns on the Rudies have become more severe, and Captain Onishima is more anxious than ever to put them behind bars. The streets of Tokyo-to are ready to explode.
So yeah, this music is rad. We're gonna follow Gum. She's gonna do a thing. Don't worry about it. I'll show you what we gotta do. All she's telling you to do is grind. So jump on a rail. And then jump up on the car. And you did it. Cool. Now she's telling you to graffiti things, I believe. It's been a while since I've played this myself, but... Yeah. Oh no, that time she was just telling you to grind. My mistake. It's okay. Just as long as you know where to go during this tutorial section, it's just gonna play out totally fine. Now we're graffitiing. So graffiti is a big part of Jet Set Radio. However, it's illegal. Don't do it in real life, okay? By holding left, or pressing left trigger, you'll spray something. Problem. It's also your center camera behind you button. So you will be seeing the camera jut around every time you press that left trigger when you're trying to spray your spray paint. Here's Tab. Now it's asking you to graffiti a larger canvas. These blue spray cans will give you 5 spray cans to use, instead of the yellow ones giving you just 1 spray can to use. And that's the minigame where you have to move the left stick in the direction of the arrows, and in the commands of the arrows. Now he's teaching you an obscure maneuver where you have to grab or approach the back of a car, and you'll automatically just grab onto the back of it. This only comes into use whenever you need to make a quick uphill, like, flight, I guess. But, yeah, here's some yellow spray cans. As mentioned before, they are only just worth 1. And by going down this hill, we can actually speed up. Cars will run you over and you'll take damage. Damage is indicated at the top left of the screen.
Nice.
Now once we get to a big canvas again, I'll be able to show off a little bit in more detail as to how the point system works. I'm not going to be going for a lot of points in this game, if I can help it. Just because going for points is pretty tricky, and there's a lot of scoring that has to do with, there's a lot of scoring that has to deal with performing graffiti totally flawlessly, doing a lot of jump tricks and stuff. A lot of it was made easier in the sequel Jet Set Radio Future, but in this game it's a bit clunky and a little tough to care about.
Hey out there, this is Tokyo's very own #1 pirate power station, Jet Set Radio! Over the hood, through the streets, and right into your brain. We're transmitting our signal straight to you. Y'all got your antennas on or what? Yeah, we're riding high on a smooth stream of supersonic sound. And I'm your captain and DJ, Professor K. Jet Set Radio! 3 games are fighting for the Tokyo streets. In the west, for Benton Show, the city of the night, we got those high-tech maniacs, those man machines the noise takes. And in the east, from Kobanecho, the city of the sunset, it's that crazy monster mask wearing gang, Poison Jam. And from Shibuya-cho in the south, the city of daylight, it's those troublemaking punks, the GGs.
Now that you're feeling real tipsy,
The GG's home turf, Shibuya-cho, was just attacked. Was it Poison Jam? They were talking about spreading out there. Or maybe it was the noise tank, trying to send a system crash through the whole city. Listen up, all you innocent fools out there. Officer Onishima has got some special order Kisatsu bracelets all ready for you. So, get yourselves to the bathroom and brush those teeth, boys and girls, because a whole load of trouble is heading your way.
Professor K is a character, and everybody loves him, and I love this music. Humming the bass line is the best thing that's ever happened to the series. That's a tall order. I'm not sticking by it, because there are plenty of other good things about the series. Now, I'll go a bit more into the point system of the game once we actually get it started. Right off the bat, we've got characters Beat, Gum, and Tab. Their stats correlate to their health, their amount of points that they score, I believe, and graffiti, which just determines how complicated their graffiti will end up being for the larger paintings. For now, we're going to go with Beat, and Beat is my favorite character of all the GGs, so don't be surprised if I start picking him more often than not. Someone's busted into our turf! They're looking around the bus route, find the red arrows and start tagging! Now then, in these levels, like, Jet Set Radio 1 is level-based, not, like an open-world free roam like the sequel is.
Nice.
But in these little hub areas, you need to find all the red arrows and actually just cover them up with your own graffiti.
Nice.
Now, you'll see that those points just gave me plus 50, instead of, like, on top of the base amount of points, and that's because I didn't let go of the stick whenever I was inputting those commands. Now, I'll show you a bit more of what I mean right here. So, push down on the left stick here, push, like, circle around on the left stick there, and then for this one, you can go from the top to the bottom, and then from the bottom to the top, but that time I ended it. I did it flawlessly, but I also ended it at a certain point. So, if you do it in one fell swoop, you'll get bonus points. These are the police. These guys will show up in each level depending on how many spots of graffiti you've tagged. Those little floating things are called graffiti souls. They are how you unlock more designs for your graffiti. I am actually going to... You know, actually, never mind. I was going to say there's some strategy involved in deciding which graffiti spots to tag, but right now it doesn't really matter because it's going to be kind of easy from here on out. But where we need to go is right up here. Gonna need to pick up some more graffiti though. So, for that score, by the way, I didn't get the plus 50s on the last two just because it wasn't as clean a spray. Also, these guys are the love shockers. We'll meet them a little bit later. The text bubble above Beat right now is indicating that that's actually a really large painting to work on. Like, that's the default design for large paintings. And this is a medium-sized painting. Now, I have 8 spray cans. Large portraits will cost 7 spray cans. Now, here's a speedrunning tactic, because I wanted to learn how to play this game faster. It's not good for points at all, but some characters will have a very easy first command on these large-scale paintings. And, seizure warning, just in case, because there's a lot of rapid movement. There you go. Just keep mashing the left trigger and you're good. Now I'm going to need to pick up some spray cans real quick. And turning around in this game is... what's the word I'm looking for here? It's difficult. But there's a very specific one I'm trying to think of. Now, Officer Onishima will try to shoot you. Yeah, he's trying to shoot these little kids on roller skates. Because, you know, if you piss off a police officer just enough, then he'll try to shoot you. Don't piss off people in like with guns at all, kids. Damn! Now then, the last couple of spray spots should be right up here.
Nice. Yeah.
There we go. At the end of each level, you'll be rated on how much score you got normally, how many graffiti souls you picked up, and how many spray cans you had left over. Your health also factors into how much score you get. I think there will be more to talk about on the next go or on the next level, so let's get to it.
Let's get scratching.
I'm hijacking the airways and terrorizing you with tunes because we're gonna turn these dirty streets into one big dance party! Jet Set Radio! Those cats who ransacked Shibuya Cho turned out to be the Love Shockers. Love broke their hearts and now they're looking to do some breaking of their own. Watch out for these psychos. When you see their heart-shaped graffiti around, you know someone somewhere is crying with a uki uki waku waku feeling. Can the GG save Shibuya Cho from the trap of love, or is it too late?
Trying to look up Kirby Air Ride's manual because the word I'm looking for correlated to the wheelie bike where it was talking about turning, but I can't remember the word that they used because basically turning with the wheelie bike is one of the most difficult things in the game, and the word that they used implied exactly that. And I want to say it started with an O, but I can't be certain until I look it up, and that will take a little bit. Now, it wants you to go down the sewer system right when you start, but it's a kind of a long way to get there, so I'm going to take a bit of a shortcut real quick. Now, when it comes to these stairs, you can just jump up them like that, and that's one way of getting to them quickly. Now, there are two large-scale paintings over in that direction. However, we do not have the requisite spray cans at all for that. So, we're just going to do this. Now, Gum's graffiti I'm not quite used to, so hers is going to take a little bit for me to get used to. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying the music, because damned if this game does not have slammin' music. And unfortunately, this particular iteration of Jet Set Radio, not counting Future, is really clunky and still very experimental. The music is probably a bit better overall in this game versus Future, but mechanically, Future is the superior game. And most of the reason why I say this game has the superior music is because this game does not feature Birthday Cake. And if you know anything about Jet Set Radio and Birthday Cake, whoo boy! Now, I think Gum only has a handful of spray cans available to her at any given time, by comparison to Beat. So I think her maximum is actually 15, and Beat's is 20. There are other characters who I think have higher power rankings, and that's why they are able to carry more spray cans. Also, that's what happens whenever you screw up your input very slightly. But anyway, I'm going to go quickly pick up some more spray cans before moving on to that big one over in the distance. Oop. Damn! Oh, hello, boys. Excuse me. Damn! Onishima is one of the most quotable men in this game. I don't know about in the series, but definitely in this game. Alright, I'm gonna need more speed. Well, there's actually a cool little animation that would play if you go up on the crane up there and get the graffiti soul. Like, it just plays a replay of what you just did. But, that's a GG. Oh, that's another one. Alright, every time you fail, it does consume a spray can. So, I'm going to have to actually go back and get another one at some point. Is music. So now, let us listen to the music and identify the beats. Now, a cool thing about the music in this game is that it's dynamic in a way. It will transition pretty seamlessly between each of the new songs that play, kind of like on an actual radio. And that's pretty neat. Now, let's see if I can nail this. Oh, oh, oh! Oh! Got it. I'm too used to Beats graffiti style, so I'm always used to pressing down first. Okay, actually, let me clarify on the points thing just then. I'm noticing that if you let go of the stick during the, like, between each command, or each command screen rather, then it gives you the 50 points. If you keep your stick held when the next one comes up, that's when it will. Damn! That's when it will just not give you the 50 points. Now, it's telling me to run, but it's okay. Because the last few are going to be over here. There's this one, and then there's also going to be a couple more in a little bit. Well, fire! Damn you, tear gas! Alright, that's that done. Run! Hey, boys. I'll give this a shot. A shot, not a shrot, whatever that might be. I'm gonna need 2 more spray cans by the end of this, at least, unless I screw this up. There we go. Alright, I need 2 more spray cans, and the red ones are just healing, so let me just circle around here. Ready, aim. And get down. Hut, hut, hut. Let me quickly go over the controls. So, using an Xbox controller, this game was originally for the Dreamcast. Using an Xbox controller on PC, A is to jump, left trigger is to center the camera behind you and spray, right trigger is to dash. And that's pretty much all you really need to know. Nice!
That's right.
I was not expecting to get a jet ranking. And I'm not going for jet rankings. That's how you unlock more characters in this game with certain side games. I'm not doing that.
We're gonna blast your blues with a burst of pure sound. This is your very own one-punch knockout broadcaster,
Jet Set Radio!
Which one of you punks want to step in the ring? Shibuya Joe got some love letters in the walls from them lonely lovers, but they were erased before Mama could see them. But now they've gone away somewhere. Were they just flirting to have some fun, or is this some new game they're playing?
Territory is a territory. Alright, next up, we're gonna use Tab. These characters also do make appearances in Jet Set Radio Future. A lot of them that are featured in this game have redesigns and different names in Jet Set Radio Future. Tab is one of those, who was actually called Korn in Future. Now, again, this is another stage where it's kind of railroading you into a very specific path, where the path they want you to take is just past this little area, head to the left here, and just go down there. You'll break through some houses, and it's kind of cool, but speedrunning tactic, wall jump. There you go, and that's how you get to the main part of the stage. So if you want a good time bonus on this stage, that's where you gotta go. And look, replay! Damn, it's Poison Jam!
This is headquarters to all units. Police dogs will be released as reinforcement. Please use caution.
Police dogs! And greyhounds. Doberman, sorry. I don't know my dog species. Now, if you think attack dogs are going too far, give it a minute, because it's going to get even worse. I'm going to quickly get rid of these just so the next plot point will spawn here. Helicopters! Attack helicopters! For little kids on roller skates. Congratulations. And I would call these roller blades, but they're not exactly... They're a bit too chunky for blades, I think. Then again, what do I know? I only roller blade casually, so... Yeah, rockets. Check. Now then, on that note though, roller skating, rollerblading is a lot of fun, and I'm upset, not really upset per se, but I am lamenting that it's not as popular a sport or activity as some other things. Like, say, skateboarding. When I was in college, I used to rollerblade across campus to get to class and stuff, and I think I was the only one who ever did. I would see a lot of skateboarders and bicyclists, but I would never see any rollerbladers. Alright, that's everything. There was also a graffiti soul by making a huge jump off to the right of that last graffiti spot. We'll be there later when we have to return to this stage to just show off how to get there. There's also a couple of graffiti souls littered around. If it's not apparent already, I'm not going to go for all the graffiti souls, just because that's a collection, like, mentality that I'm not really willing to participate in this game. Having to deal with clunky controls on top of having to collect things is not one of the most pleasurable experiences out there. So, I'm just going to forego that. Gotta love Professor K's hair.
This is your very own guerrilla broadcaster, Jet Set Radio! Use this city as your canvas and paint us some vibes from the street. And now for our local news. While the GGs were busy going after Kogane Cho, their faithful pup Potts was kidnapped. Woo-hoo! I guess it'll be classified as dog napping, huh? I wonder how much ransom you get for a dog. The Keisatsu is staying out of this one, so y'all better keep an eye on your own dogs too. Poison Jam! Them horror freaks are really pissed. They haven't seen a good slasher flick in months. And after the action in Kogane Cho, they're out for revenge. It looks like we might be facing a bloodbath here. Better put on your garlic, honey, because the vampires are on the prowl. Ha 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 ha!
Alright, and with that, here comes a rival. This is Garum. He's also made an appearance in Jet Set Radio Future, also called Garum. And kind of in a similar vein, his appearance in Future ended up occurring around the Poison Jam area. So here we go. He's teaching us about the speedrunning strat here. And we're basically just gonna have to mimic him for a while. Or at least chase after him, in other words. And I don't remember these. The reason I skipped the tutorial is because I've tried, like, going through the game quickly. I would say speedrunning, but it's not professional in any capacity. But I also haven't done these character unlocks. So it's been a while since I've... Oh, here we go. He's actually going to show us how to get to that spot. Oh, no? No, he isn't. But that water tower was what I was trying to point out before. But yeah, just trace what he does. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, just as long as you do the basic idea. In this case, it's just grind and land over here. Probably also going to see a different part of the map pretty soon, too. I'd fathom you can't do this. Don't pretend like I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, that one was a little bit tricky. Whoop. There we go. That counts, I guess. Hey! Alright, so Garum has joined us. Number 540. We'll play as Garum. So he's got high power, low graffiti, and decent technique. Now, I believe, if I'm remembering right, this is another pretty... Yeah, we're gonna need a good amount of graffiti at some point. So Garum might not have been the best choice, but I'm sure we can make this work. Get out of here. He should have dropped some graffiti. I'm surprised he didn't. Yeah. Alright, so fun fact, you can actually wall ride on these specific walls here. Get him! There we go, that's some graffiti. Or spray cans, rather. Okay, he's got the same graffiti combo as Tab. Now, I'm going to actually need some more spray cans, because there's actually a double wide painting right there where the other Poison Jam guy is. And there's only so much graffiti to go around on this map. Hey! Alright. Oh no, he can actually carry a lot of graffiti. Never mind. I'm getting the statistics on these stats wrong. So, my apologies for that. Now then. Oh, that's a tricky one, though. It goes against what I'm normally used to. The patterns being. But anyway, parachuters. In fact, there's more than just a pair. Haha! Anyway. Let's shoot! Let's shoot! Oh, oh. I will be singing to a lot of these, by the way, so be warned on that. Alright, let me see if I can trick this out. Oh, nope. Oh well. So, you'll see some green arrowed graffiti spots. They aren't required. They are for extra points, but they are not required, so keep that in mind. I guess I'll get these up here first. Alright, helicopters. I see that 3 spawn, but I think only 2 show up. Whoa. You can actually spray them, and they will... Oh, no, there are 3. You can spray them, and they'll just come crashing down. Kaboom. Guys, graffiti is a crime. Don't do it, because you'll bring down helicopters. Also, if you like half pipes in your skating games, don't worry. This has them, although they're very tricky to maneuver. You have to jump at right around there in order to actually get a trick off, and even then, it's still, like, tricky to get up them. There you go. You actually need to build up a lot of speed. Extra points, because why not? Now then, do-do-do. Health! Hey, buddy. Ooh. Ah! Was not expecting him to fire again that soon. Get out of here. Ooh. What? Just keep moving. That's the best way of avoiding these guys. That said, the missiles will home in on you, so, you know, don't mess around with them if you can. Whoa, that one. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Just gonna... Excuse me, boys. Oh, caught on fire. You hate to see it happen. All you're doing is just rollerblading, and all of a sudden you just catch on fire. Anyway, that's all that is.
Set Radio! Hard-walking, truth-talking, always squawking, Jet Set Radio! Even the Kesatsu tune in here when they're not eating donuts. Looks like the GGs have filled the streets of Kogane-cho with their graffiti. The Poison Jammers are hopping away like little frogs. If the GGs go after them, Kogane-cho will be all theirs.